Hi Flosstube, it's Lynn, the Canadian Stitcher, back for an update. I'm sorry that it's been a while since I posted a video. I think it's been 3 or 4 weeks. I had the flu. Not for 3 or 4 weeks, I had the flu for about 4 days. Yeah, I was not feeling well at all. But today is November 11th, 2019, and it is my 1-year Flosstube-a-versary. Yeah, that's a hard word to say. It's because we made it up. Flosstube-a-versary. So I've been on YouTube making videos for 1 year. I also have over 1,000 subscribers. That happened a couple of weeks ago. I'm very, very pleased with that. So thank you all for your subscriptions and your likes and your comments. It's been really fun learning experience for me, getting comfortable. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway for those 2 celebrations. So the anniversary, my 1-year anniversary, and for 1,000 subscribers. So I have a couple of prizes here. I got a beautiful gift from a subscriber named Cheryl. She had seen some of the jewelry that I was wearing in one of my videos and had kind of talked about it, and she asked if she could buy some from me, and I said I'll just make you some and send it to you. You don't have to pay for it. It's just whatever. I have those supplies here and it would do me some good to do something different and make some jewelry. So I had sent her a little package of, well, not just the jewelry, well, some other jewelry thrown into it, and some cross-stitch things, a scissor fob and a needle minder. And so she asked if she could send me something, and I was like, nah, you don't have to do that. But she was very kind, and she did send me a so she sent me 2 pieces of fabric. So I'm gonna cover up her note there. So this is a 32 count Jobelin in the color raspberry, and it's a fat quarter. I don't know what that means when it says a fat quarter. Somebody tell me I can just measure it and figure it out, I suppose, or look it up. But I hear people saying that all the time, and I don't know what that is. And then the other piece is a 28 count linen in the color Midnight. So that was really nice. Just even that, the 2 pieces of fabric. But she also sent me this. So it's this. I'm not going to unfold the whole thing because it's really big. It's that she made by hand. Is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's going to be so warm. I'm going to put this on my on my bed. I'm going to hopefully try and keep the cats away from it too, but we'll see. Yeah, that was really nice of you, Cheryl. Thank you for that. You didn't need to do that, but I know that you wanted to, so thank you. I worked on my, this is take 2 because I did the first one without sound. So if I'm muddled up here now, it's because I've already done this whole thing once, and now I've lost my flow. So I did work on Heaven and Earth Designs, the Panthera Leo Lion, artwork by Paul Carlson and design by Michelle Sayada. Yeah, so I come across the bottom, so I'm at about here, just stitching a lot of 310 black on the bottom there. So I think this is 3 or 4 pages across. I can't remember now. I had made a mistake when I was working on this one. Somewhere over in here at the beginning of the page was off, so then I feathered the stitches over into the next page, and this count was off. I was able to figure that out. Somehow I was off. So I skipped from down here where I knew I had made a mistake. I went up here and started stitching with the browns, and came across and then down, and then I was able to figure out where this was off in here. So I actually worked on this one for 2 weeks straight because once I had figured out there was a mistake in it, I didn't want to put it away with a mistake in it. I wanted it corrected so that when I pick it up the next time it's good to go, and I don't have to try and figure out, oh, what was that mistake about, because it was fresh in my mind. So I just went with it. I also have been working on Mirabilia's Siren and the Shipwreck. I'm doing her on 16 count sea linen Ada. Oh, and the lion is on 16 count bear with me. 16 count platinum fabric, Ada fabric. I got a 36 by 43 inch piece from 123 Stitch. So back to the mermaid. 16 count sea linen Ada. And when I was last working on her, when I last showed you actually, I was called this her dress. It's not her dress, it's her fish skin, and then her tail. So I wanted to finish that part of it, and I did. So her tail is finished, her back fin is finished, and her fish skin is all done. And I'm now working on her back and coming up back in her and her face there. So this one is it's all crumpled because it was in a Q-snap. I've been taking this one to work and working on this one on my lunch breaks. So I'm going to probably continue on with that for her. I don't get a whole lot done. It gives me about 30 minutes of stitching if I'm not interrupted. I usually put a sign on my door that I'm on my lunch break and have people come back. And I also worked on the Long Dog Sampler Death by Cross Stitch. And I started down at the bottom here. When I had gotten to the change of the page, I had made an error on the charting. And so I had to rip out a few stitches. It wasn't too far because I was just kind of feathering over into the next page, but it was all stitched incorrectly along just down in here. So I corrected that mistake and I finished that first page and then was working on the border of the second page. So I made some good progress on this one in that week. And I'm doing this one in DMC 820. And I believe that this is 18 count white Ada. So I have 3 bigger projects that I want to prioritize. So one of them is the Long Dog Sampler. That one is 16 pages. The other one is this right here, this Lynx Cat. I think that one is 26 pages. And then the other one is another Haid Discovery, Heaven and Earth Designs Discovery, chart designed by Michelle Sayeda, artwork by Jenna Della Gratilega Maldonado. This is my favorite project and favorite Haid chart. So I'm on the last page on the bottom. So once I finish, that's her vest and pocket there, and that's her elbow. And then there's the pillar in the back, and I'm working down in the corner here, just this last little bit to do this pillar in here. And then I'll come over here and start working on her shirt and her arm. So this is another priority one. So with Death by Cross Stitch, the Lynx Cat, and Discovery, I'm going to rotate those 3, like do those 3, then do another one of my full coverage ones, and then work on those 3 again, and then pick a different full coverage one. So I'll make progress on those, but how many Haids do I have? 6 or 8? I don't know. So it just seems to me it's going to take me years to ever get them done. So I want to try to maybe focus on some of the bigger pieces and knock them out, hopefully, out of my rotation, and then I can, you know, with little progress on the other ones, then I can hopefully finish those ones too. So I also had that project that I had started on at the beginning of the year. It was an ornament. Was it an ornament a week? Yeah, it was one Christmas ornament per week. And I did really good on it, and then I got away from it. So I'm going to pick up this little kit here again. This is Christmas Chums Ornaments. It's a Jan Lynn kit. And this is done on the 14 count plastic canvas. So I'll try and do a couple of these too in the evenings, or maybe that would be good to take to work to do on my lunch breaks. I'm not sure. So Pam from Pam's Crafty Corner inspired me to pick up my knitting needles, and I don't think I've knit for probably 3 or 4 years, and I've been away from cross stitch before, and I've been away from knitting, and usually when I come back to it, I like to do some practice pieces just to get back into learning how, relearning how to read a pattern and make sure that my stitches are even and my tension is even also. So the first thing I do is usually make something that's Not very important. It's a dish rag and it's lopsided. I don't know why, but that's why I practice. The tension wasn't perfect on it, but it's a dish rag. It's made out of cotton. Very simple little pattern. But that was for practice. And then if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram name is Canadian the Stitcher. I did post a picture last Sunday of the mittens that I had made with a hashtag fail. So I made the first mitten. It turned out very well. It's cute. The thumb is really long because I used myself as my measuring guide with my long nail, and so then the thumbs ended up being a little bit longer than they should have been. That's okay though. And then I made the second mitten, and then when I put them two together to take a picture of them, I realized the second mitten was about a half an inch shorter than the other one. I don't know what I did. Somehow I missed some rows there, but I'm going to give these to my son and he can chuck them under the seat of his car and just have them as a pair of emergency car mitts for in case he gets stranded or something and has no mitts. It was good for learning. I'm not going to, I wasn't going to rip them out. It's not worth it to do that. So I'm just going to give them to him as an emergency pair. And then I made a pair of rainbow bright ones, really bright ones. So this one's turned out better. So that's cute. And I'm making a matching scarf to go with this one. I have a whole bunch of yarn. There's only so much knitting that I can wear for myself. I know when I used to knit before, I would make a lot of things for other people, but I find that kind of challenging. I tend to, when I'm knitting for myself, I make it to fit me. So I actually use myself as a measuring guide at my wrist to my shoulder. My shoulder width is kind of, it's not disproportionate. I'm not disproportionate. I have wider shoulders, so I tend to kind of measure against myself and I kind of custom make things, so it's harder to do for another person. So then I follow the pattern, but I do have an abundance of yarn, and so I'm going to one of my sons volunteers at a homeless shelter, and I asked him if I made up some mittens and scarves and toques for the for homeless people, if they would actually be distributed to them, and he said absolutely. So I'm going to be doing some knitting for other people and then probably do some stuff for myself, which I'll show you later. I'll try and keep the knitting portion of it down because I know that most likely you're here for the cross stitch, but I did want to show you that. So the nail color of the week is Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. No light. This is a no light gel called Chocoholic. It's more brown. The bottle makes it look like it's kind of a rusty red, which is a nice transition from fall into winter color, but it came out really brown. That's okay. I like it. Yeah, I still haven't done the beginners video series that I'm planning. I've got here in my notebook I've got number 1 and number 2 already planned out, but I haven't figured out camera angle and all of that yet, plus having the flu, and yeah, there's just been so much going on. So for the giveaways, so way back last winter, it wasn't a very good video. I don't know if that many people watched it. The lighting was really bad. It was dark outside already. It was probably only about 4:30 in the afternoon. It was dark, but I had made a video and I had showed my Angel of Light and so can I remember Angel of Freedom, the completed pieces. And I thought that maybe if I got to 1,000 subscribers, I would actually give these 2 charts away as a giveaway, because I won't stitch them again. I've done them and they're hanging up. I'll try and remember for the next video to bring them upstairs so I can show you. But so the first one is the Angel of Light. These are lavender and lace charts. So they're not brand new. This one has a little piece. This is the Angel. The second Angel of Freedom. There is a little piece of Scotch tape stuck on here. There's a little bit of wear right there, but the patterns, I did photocopy. I made myself working copies of the patterns, so the patterns are in really good shape. And these 2 are going to go together as one prize. And I'm going to also give away this fabric. This is the one I had done the Angel of Summer on, and with my vision, I was having trouble seeing on this, and don't want to stitch on this fabric again. I prefer to stitch on Aida fabric. So I'm going to give these 2 pieces of fabric away with these 2 charts. Not that you would necessarily I didn't measure these. I don't know whether these angels would actually even fit on this fabric. So I'm giving them away as an extra. And I did these on a beige Ada, and they turned out really, really nice. But I'm just going to include this fabric because my other choice with this fabric would be to put it in the garbage, which I don't want to do. Somebody else might really enjoy stitching on this, so I'm going to give that 2 pieces of that away with this prize. And there'll be other goodies thrown in too. And then the second prize, so if you want your name in for I'm going to do a random draw in about 2 weeks, probably, when I post my next video, my next update video. Will probably be in about 2 weeks, so I'll do a random draw then. So just in the comments, if you want your name in for the draw for these ones, just say I'd like to stitch the angels, and your name will go in the draw. The second one is another lavender and lace. This one is new. I had bought this years ago with the intention of doing it, and have never done it, and it's not really my style anymore. So I want to give this one away. This is called Sweet Dreams. Sweet Dreams, yeah. And it's a lady, fancy lady in a dress holding a baby. And with this one, I'm going to include a piece of that fabric also. Again, not necessarily to stitch this lady on this fabric because of the blue of her dress. I don't think would go very well with this. It would be lost in that color, but you can maybe use the fabric for something else, or find someone to give the fabric to if you can't use it. So. And the third prize is going to be, it's another angel. This is called Gabriella. Oh, for that one, to get your name in the draw for this one, sorry, Sweet Dreams, just say I'd like to stitch Sweet Dreams. The next one is Gabriella, and this is a Just Nan chart. It's a smaller one. It's not a huge project. And then so that's a new chart, and then I'm going to throw in a couple of little extras in with this one. This one's called Relax, Take Your Time, but Don't Take Mine. It's a bunny in a bathtub. And then there's another one with another bunny hopping in. It says, Come on in, it's happy hour. So I'll throw in those 2 charts with the Gabriella. And I found a cross-country stitching magazine secondhand, so I'm going to include this too. It was $1, so I picked it up. I have all of these because I was a subscriber to their magazine, and then I bought them the back issues as sets. They had them at the back of the magazine when this company was still around. So there's some really cute little designs in here. There's the houses on the front, and there's some other country kind of designs. So for this one, say I would like to stitch the bunnies. That way I'll be able to tell which category to put your name in for the draws, and I'll do the draws on my next video. So I think that's all I have. I've got some big plans for the week. So I'm off today. It's Stat Holiday. November 1st in Canada is Remembrance Day. So I'm off today, and then tomorrow is my X1 day. So I'm going to be off tomorrow. So that's why I decided to pick up Pichelle, I always call her Pichelle, Discovery by Heaven and Earth. And I'll do her, work on her this week because I've got more free time today and tomorrow. I have to go out and get some groceries, but it's really, really cold out. It's minus 20 Celsius, and I'm waiting for it to kind of warm up. It's supposed to go up to minus 10, I think. And if I can avoid getting really cold, I do. We had to go out for a meeting from work the one day, and so I'm meeting my coworker at the entranceway, and I've got my big blanket scarf. I'm putting that on. I'm putting on my mitts, and I've got my big boots. And she goes, "Are you cold?" And I go, "No, I'm preventing myself from getting cold." Like I bundle up really severely before I go outside, because once I get cold, I find it's so hard to warm up once you're chilled to the bone. So I try to prevent myself from getting too cold. All right, so thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want your name in for the draws, please subscribe. This is a subscriber giveaway, so that's your clue. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I do read all the comments, and I respond to them, and I answer all your questions, or find the answers if you're asking me questions that I don't know the answer to. So I hope you'll have a good week. I'll probably see you in about 2 weeks again. So happy stitching, guys. Bye.